your host, Super Zorro. Thank you very much for tuning in. Look what I got! It's Rogue and Pyro. Finally getting around to reviewing these two packs. I'm sorry it's taken so long. A lot of people have been asking me for an overview of my X-Men collection because they know that I've got like nearly every figure. So I'm like really wanting to do that again and get all the figures out and make a massive display on my desk like I did last time. But I need all the new figures out of the packaging first before I can do that. And I don't like unboxing them and reboxing them because that's pointless. So I thought I may as well film the videos, get them online, and then do the massive video of the X-Men collection. So don't worry, I am still planning these things. When I say like I've got my Ahsoka video in the works, which you're all excited for, I've got the X-Men video all in the works, I do have these collection videos, I'm working on them. I'm just trying to find space on the channel for them. And I don't want to put them on the second channel because I want to keep this channel all about action figures and the second channel is all about the other stuff that doesn't fit. So like my sort of mystery boxes and things like that, I'll be over there. But you guys asked to keep all my toy hunting, toy haul videos here on this channel and all my action figure reviews on this channel. So it's all about just trying to find space. So I'm hoping to have basically this pile that I'm working on of all my review stuff. I've got this big pile of review stuff and basically I'm working on getting through all of those figures before Christmas or before the new year. And then when I start next year, I can start off with a bang with the videos that you guys have been asking for. So stay tuned, good things are coming, is what I'm trying to say. But guys, I've been waffling enough. Without further ado, it's time for Rogue and Pyro. There isn't any form of write-up about these two. You know all about these figures. They've been around for years. This is the new version of Rogue. She is looking awesome. And then, of course, we have the new version of Pyro. Pyro did get a release back in... Was it? I'm not sure if it was Hasbro or Toy Biz. I can't remember. But I never owned that one. I always held off. I thought they will eventually re-release him because he's a big character. And voila. Same with Rogue. I've got the original Rogue that came out, which cost me a pretty penny, and now they've re-released it, and I can't find the re-release anywhere. I can't get hold of it anywhere. I've reached out to everyone I know who might be able to help me in the industry, and they've all not been able to get one. So, I'm hoping with restocks in the new year we might see another Rogue, but I'm not holding out hope at this point. In the meantime, though, we do have this Rogue to play with, so this is a new Rogue for me as well. She's got a lovely new face sculpt with that new snarling face as well. A lot of people... I say a lot of people, I know one person, who has actually used that head and removed the hair off it and used the hair from the old Rogue figure and put it on this one and basically has made a really good looking Rogue figure. So that would be awesome if I can maybe ask him to do that for me. Might have to do that. But I'm going to have to wait for the new Rogue to come out to be able to do that. Anywho... Let's break this one out of the packaging. On the back, there is no write-up. Like I said, it's just the same shots that were on the side, just bigger on the back. I'm excited, guys, because Rogue may be coming into the MCU. There's big rumours, big news at the minute that she's going to basically be the villain for Captain Marvel, which is awesome. Obviously, that is in keeping with the comic books. I think I have mentioned it before on the channel. Obviously, when that was way back in Avengers Annual. Was it the Avengers Annual number 11, I want to say? That's what I keep thinking. Oh, dear me. That's what I keep thinking anyway. It's number 11, I think. I may have got it wrong. Someone will correct me in the comments, I'm sure. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing her on the big screen, hopefully. And that would be obviously one of our first introductions to the X-Men in the MCU as well. Rogue did start out as a villain back in the day. She was actually in the Brotherhood of Mutants originally before she became an X-Man. So it would be in keeping with the character and with comics to have Rogue as, you know, the villain of the story. That would be pretty cool. Or at least, maybe not a villain, but maybe a misunderstood character or something like that. But obviously that's going to be... That means we're going to have a Rogue that's going to fly. Because obviously she gets her powers from Carol Danvers. So that's going to be a pretty cool film to see, and I'm really excited if they do pull it off, and that is the story they're going for. It's going to be great, and it's going to get a lot of fans excited, as we've been dying to see how they're going to introduce the X-Men. Right, guys, they're both out of the packaging. So let's take... Oh, my God, my nose. Sorry, allergies. Let's take a closer look, first of all, at Pyro. Because you guys know that I'm going to fanboy all over Rogue anyway. So... Here is Pyro out of the packaging, looking very cool. I'm loving this figure already. It feels very nice, very sturdy. So head is on a ball joint, so you can make him look up, down, left, and right, and all that good stuff. Arms do lift with that top hinge, do also rotate. There's also rotation of the bicep, double hinged elbows. So got nice articulation. Hands on a ball joint there. He's got a nice waist swivel that's moving around like crazy, and you can crunch him forwards quite far as well as backwards quite a bit. The legs do lift out on this figure quite well, as well as forwards and backwards. Top thigh cut there, double hinge knees, boot cut as well as rocket and pivot in the feet. So great articulation for this one. They have done a very good job, and he's also got butterfly hinge. Oh, butterfly hinge in the arms, I missed that. Woo! He can rotate his arm forward and backward like a real human. Do these lift out, or these things? No, these don't lift. Oh, yes, they do. You can pop those out of the backpack should you wish to, and they do just port back in, which is good. This piece will come off if you remove the head, so you could technically remove that. Is it fixed to the back, though? No, it just pops in and out just like a cape would. So yeah, technically you could disarm him by taking away his backpack. As we know, Pyro can manipulate fire, but he can't produce it. That's why he has this really fun little contraption that helps him produce his fire. Fire! Either way, very nice figure. And I believe we have a secondary head sculpt. Oh, I like the secondary head sculpt even better. So this is the original face sculpt with the blonde hair, swishy swishy. Looks very cool. But I like his little face. But I prefer... He's got a little smug face. It's like, But I much prefer... Whoop. Come on, pop on. Go poppy pop. There we go. I do prefer this one. That face is just so much more Pyro, isn't it? It's like, nah. So that face sculpt is much nicer. So I am going to be keeping that face sculpt on. They have also given us some awesome effects pieces. They've given us 2 flame pieces. These are the fist flame things that we have had before with other characters. So that's kind of cool. Not too fond of it though, to be honest. For me, that's not really in keeping. I'm definitely going to be looking up if I can make some thin, if we can get like a thin flame that would stick in the actual Pyro Pop, because it does actually have little holes in the port. So I mean, I would like to see something that come out of there. I would much prefer a flame effect piece to come out of there. I don't like the hand ones. It's just not in keeping with Pyro, because like you say, he can only manipulate the fire. So I wouldn't like to see him using that as a fist. Like I prefer to see him using the actual machine that he's got. So that's my only gripe with this figure. It's the fact that I don't like the effects pieces, but that's very minimal compared to, you know, everything else about the figure. It's so nice. That secondary face sculpt is really cool, and I'll be using that as my display figure. So definitely using that. Right. So I'll put him to one side here. Put him down there nice and posed, and let's move those pieces over to there. And let's take a closer look at Rogue. So now we've got Rogue, the new version, which is very cool. I'm loving that new face sculpt. She's a very pretty Rogue indeed. Ponytail piece in the back there, and she's got her scarf on as well. If you remove the head, I'm pretty sure you could take that scarf piece off if you didn't like it. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it or not. I'm very tempted to take it off. But this is in keeping with the more modernised version of Rogue, not the 90s scantily clad version we're all used to and love. This is when they started covering up the women in comics a little bit. And yeah, we've got the X logos on both of her arms there and on the chest piece, which is very nice. She's wearing like a skirt piece as well, which is very nice. That all is all in keeping with the abdomen. There's no separate piece or anything. It's all very nicely sculpted on. Articulation. Head is on a ball joint again, so you can make it look up and down. As much as the ponytail piece will allow. She does have a hole in the back should you wish to use anything to port in there, which is cool. She has got the abdomen crunch, so you can crunch around at the waist there a little bit. And lift up and do rotate. There's a single hinge elbow on here. Marvel, double hinge elbow, our female figures, please. I'm sick of having single hinge figures. And then we've got the hands on a ball joint. She has a waist... No, she doesn't have a waist swivel. Ah! No, I was hoping it was going to be underneath the skirt piece, but it's not. Shame. Or if it is, it's completely hindered. Shame. Other than that, legs will lift out all the way because the skirt piece does ride up a little bit to make us, you can open the legs a little bit more, as well as forwards, again having to move this skirt piece around. There is the hinged knee there with the top of the boot sort of going around the knee, which is kind of nice. Top thigh cut, double hinged knees, no further boot cut that I can see here, nope. And the feet are on rocker as well as pivot. And she does have holes in her feet should you wish to use a display base with her, but why would you? It's Rogue, you're probably going to use a flight stand. She does also have this secondary head sculpt. I'm going to remove that scarf while I'm at it. She does have the secondary head sculpt, which gives her the more angry face look, which is cool, so that could be nice. Taking this piece off does really give her a case of giraffe neck though. She looks the neck looks really long now. It doesn't feel like it's proper keeping anymore with the figure. So I'm not happy with that. Let's go ahead and put that piece back on. Keep that change, you filthy animal. You filthy animal. So that does just, yeah, it hides how long the neck actually is, doesn't it? Which is a bit of a shame. She does have fisticuff hands on right now, which are great for when she's flying, because you can kind of have her flying with a fist. But I'm going to replace one of those fisticuff hands with the open palm hand there, because I want to be able to have her flying. I'm going to maybe do some photos with her and Captain Marvel in preparation for the sort of the movie rumours that are going around, so I'm tempted to do some photos on that. So I do like to have the one fisticuff hand, one open palm hand on my figure when I pose them. Plus it looks more natural. No one's running around like this. Unless they're putting up dukes to fight. No one's running around with hands like this. So at least that looks a little bit more natural, having doing hands doing different things. Again, I'm probably going to use a display base, that's a flight effects piece. That's why I've kind of put her in that pose that I've put her in. With the legs kind of askew, because I'm going to have a sort of just hovering in the air, I think, which will look very cool. But guys, without further ado, let's head on down to the desk cam so you guys can get an up-close personal look at this awesome Rogue. So let's go down to the desk cam. Right guys, so here they are out of the packaging. So both figures, by the way, I've just got to say first of all, are awesome. I really, really, really like both of these figures. And yeah, I'm definitely in awe of these figures. They are awesome. They've done a great job with them. But let's take a close look. So here we are, Pyro. Loving that secondary face cut with that smiling face. Looks so much more sinister. And I'm loving how they've done his hair as well, giving the darker shading in with the light shading to make it look like he's got depth. That's very cool. And again, the lines on his faces, they've just added to that sinister smile. Again, the effects pieces were what let this one down. It does have holes in the actual thing, so they can put flames coming out of there so easily. And also, I like that he's got fisticuffed hands, but I would have liked to have seen a pair of open palm hands as well, because obviously he can manipulate fire as well as, you know, flame it out like that. So I would have liked to have seen some open palm hands so he can control different elements of the fire as well. Loving that big diamond in the middle of the chest piece, that's very cool. And I love the fact that you can remove this, so you could disarm him if you wanted to, and have like a cool display with like the different X-Men holding the different pieces. And then of course you've got the very nice designed lower half of the body as well. I've got him in a dynamic little pose here, just with one foot up a little bit, just to give him the fighting stance. Again, very well done. I don't have any other figures to compare him to, by the way, because I don't have another Pyro, so I can't do a side-by-side or anything like that with the old one, because I just don't have it. But we move on to Rogue, and I can do a little bit more with Rogue. So here she is, out of the packaging. Like I said, I've got that hand up, I like that. Loving the smiling face. I'm not too fond of the snarly face. I might use that when I do the photo with Carol Danvers, because it would be cool to have her sort of snarling as she's attacking, you know, touching her to steal the powers. That would be very cool. Again, they didn't give us a glove to put, like a hand holding the glove, which I would have liked to have seen, because I would like to have, you know, used a bare hand with this one. But I suppose she's wearing long gloves, so it wouldn't look as good, would it? Thinking about it. So we can only use her with the gloves, sadly. But either way, very nice Rogue. I'm loving how they've done the figure. It's very nice. And again, that
The neck piece was again an issue for me because obviously she has got a very long neck. So with her hair tied up the way it is, it does elongate that neck. But she does have a hole in the back should you wish to use something on her back, which is nice. So you can add accessories to her and things. And she's quite dynamic. She does stand up pretty well. Even though I'm like balancing her weird, she's still stood quite firm. But let's go ahead and do some head swaps and have some fun. So here she is side by side with the old Rogue figure first of all, but let's swap the heads and see what they look like. See, this looks weird. Not too fond of that, but you know, I get it. The green headband actually does go with the green on the costume, so it does match. It does look like it belongs. But I'm loving this. This is a very cool design. I like the fact that we can now have her hair tied up and stuff, and I think it does actually suit that figure very well. So, could be tempted to leave that face sculpt even on that body, but and just leave that as is. I'm liking that a lot. So that could be my new Rogue right there. And I might go ahead and add snarly face to this one. So I've got two different versions and then put this head in the box, sadly. Until we get that newer one. But guys, what are your thoughts on these two figures? Which one's your favourite? Definitely, I'm loving that now. That's definitely the look. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below.
Guys, which one of these two figures are you most fond of? Which one do you think is the best? Let me know in the comments down below. Personally, I like both of them. It's very hard to decide. If I had to give the edge, I'm probably going to give it to Pyro, surprisingly. I like this figure, and it's my first time with the Pyro, so that's why I've gone there. But of course, Rogue will always be my favourite girl in the X-Men. But guys, which is your favourite figure? Let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed today's review, then please can I ask you to hit that subscribe button. Subscribing really supports us, it really helps out, and it helps us to keep making awesome videos like this. Thank you very much for watching. As always, I'm your host, Super Sorrel, and I'll see you in the next video. May the Force be with you.